What's up, everyone? It's Drazarus here. As you can see, the FNaF Phase 2 official trailer, likely the final trailer, but maybe I'm wrong there, has released. And we're here to give my live recorded reaction and my personal analysis on what we see in the trailer. Let's not waste any time and get right into my thoughts on this trailer. Vanessa.
So you wanna tell me about your bad dreams?
I have bad dreams.
It's always the same.
Your dad.
Mike has a girlfriend. I can't relate to him. Okay, very fast build blueprint.
We're never gonna be able to move forward until you deal with some of the mess you left in your head.
My father was a monster. You know that.
We're gonna see some Afton home life.
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when those 5 children
Wait,
went
Mike's going to meet Henry?
that I knew she was murdered.
They were going to see the early years. Wait,
Are you
what?
ever gonna go back? To
Wait,
Freddy's
what?
room?
That's Sammy. That is definitely Sammy. It's the bird.
Where are you gonna run to?
Where is Freddy? Where is Chica? Where is Bonnie and Foxy? They look so good. They look so good.
Sister. Half of this town will be dead by morning.
What? I gotta kill the whole town? Is that JJ? Mangle just thinks this is GTA 6. Okay, this is hype. What's up, everyone? Initially, this was an unscripted analysis, but I wanted to give a more formal and organized review of the trailer. Overall, I loved it, and it looks really, really great, and the story seems to be exactly what I want. I really loved the first movie despite the flaws that other people saw. I didn't really see those same flaws. I just really liked it, and I'm very excited to see where it goes in this movie, and every bit of marketing has only made me more excited and more trusting on what they're going to do with it. But let's get right into the analysis. The trailer starts with Mike and Vanessa on what seems to be a date, talking about Vanessa's dreams, which will likely be very important to the movie, seeing dreams of her past and maybe even bleeding into real hallucinations. This will also be our gateway into seeing the home life for the Aftons for really the first time, and also seeing how Afton torments his children. We can even see Vanessa hiding as Afton enters a room, showing that Afton must have been immensely abusive, which is very consistent with Vanessa's behavior in the very first movie. But now, we might get at least a PG-13 glimpse to what Afton was really like, which can only be bad. Will care is not true. It then cuts to Vanessa recovering after the first movie, now tending to the Afton house with her father gone, placing Garrett's plane on a shelf. These other items may be memorabilia that Afton took from the other children he killed. We don't really know, we'll have to see in the movie. But we also see a shot of Afton wielding a knife before cutting to him in Spring Bonnie, likely one being from Vanessa's childhood and the other being about the MCI or during a hallucination, which I do believe will be haunting Vanessa throughout the film. Which actually begs the question, does Vanessa simply have PTSD, or is Afton's real spirit haunting her? We know he can do phantom-like hallucinations due to FNaF 3 and the story What We Found, so that could be the case here. I want to know what you think down below. Is Vanessa seeing things, or is Afton's real presence haunting Vanessa and intentionally trying to torture her for some sort of nefarious goal? It then cuts to Mike speaking with Henry Emily, played by Skeet Ulrich, with a photograph of Charlie likely belonging to Henry. He explains that Charlie's death was labeled as an accident, but he knows Afton was truly behind it. It is very interesting how in the movie it seems to be an accident, but in the books and the games we know that it was, well, never assumed to be one. She was kidnapped in the books and killed. In the games, she was killed outside of Freddy's location. no one assumed it was an accident, but in the movie, it was. We also get a good look at two newspapers, one describing the grand opening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and the other giving an insight to William Afton. The Afton one is more interesting, as it gives a good look into how Afton was perceived by the community early on in his life and career, being as the mastermind behind Fazbear Entertainment, and at least according to this, built the animatronics. How Henry ties to the construction of the animatronics, we'll have to see. Maybe he was like erased from history or something. I would assume so. I don't know why Scott would not have Henry quit the animatronics in the movies. But it is a different continuity, so maybe in the movies, William is just the sole creator. Now we have my favorite part. We see Charlie holding another boy, screaming before falling down, and is in public. What I would guess happened here is Afton tried killing this boy, as we do see in a previous trailer that this same boy approaches the door with Afton in a spring bodysuit staring right at him. Charlie though intervenes and saves him, but ends up dying in the process, likely through some machination of Afton being passed off as an accident. The question is then though, who is this boy, and why is Charlie saving him in particular? Well, as I made obvious in my reaction, I think this might be the first confirmed appearance of Sammy since the novel trilogy, which is really cool, and it makes you speculate on what role, if any, will Sammy play beyond being Afton's initial target. I hope he may be Freddy Carter's character personally for myself, but it also makes me wonder on why Afton would target Sammy specifically in the movies, as we do know the reason why he targeted Charlie in the books is because Charlie was special to Henry. But why in the movies would he go after Sammy? Does Sammy have something special in the movies that causes Afton to go after him first, but end up killing Charlie instead? We'll really have to see in the actual, release in a month. After this, we get a good look at Abby at school, showing Mike is actually being a good guardian, and that Abby is making friends there. The boy seems to know about Freddy's and might end up appearing later in the movie if he is Abby's close friend at school. Not much here beyond that, but it is nice seeing Abby with real friends that aren't, ghost kids. We then see Mike at someone's house, maybe Vanessa's or Henry's, showing a card about the toys location, knowing that Abby went there. Don't have many thoughts on this, but this is likely after Abby ran off with the fast talker to Freddy's, and Mike is now looking for her and enlisting people's help. Soon, we see Mike and Vanessa going through the location, with Bibi's laughter echoing across the building, with what I also think to be Freddy Carter's character saying, "Where are you gonna run to?" Which, honestly, no clue what the context could be. I'm not even sure what his role is going to be. He could be Sammy, Michael Afton, Jeremy, or a mix of all three or just two. I tend to think he's either Michael, taking on Jeremy Fitzgerald as a name, or the same as that, but Michael is a kidnapped Sammy, but that's a crazier and more doubtful theory. But I do want to know, what do you think his character is? Is he Mike? Is he Jeremy? Is he Sammy? Or is he a mix? Or is he someone else? Let me know down below in the comments. We then get shots of the weird animatronics, and they all look great as expected. Jim Henson's creature shop did phenomenal. Give them the maximum amount of praise you can, as not only in the first movie did they make some of the best designs I could have possibly imagined, but here, they went above and beyond. They did absolutely fantastic. Please show them love. After showing the wizard animatronics, it then cuts to a rapid series of shots, showing another angle of a scene with Vanessa from a past trailer with the puppet above her, then showing Abby screaming out of bed, showing Toy Freddy in the house. Now, I think this may be cut manipulation, as this may be Abby earlier in the movie having a nightmare or hearing the fast talker waking her up, with the Toy Freddy shot being when he's killing people inside houses later in the film, as right after this, we see other shots of Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica doing the exact same thing. So this may be film manipulation, two completely different shots being seen to be the same one in a trailer, which I'm sure you know is pretty common. We can also hear Freddy Carter's character saying that most of the town will be dead by morning, which is interesting to say the least. The animatronics are going to be so bloodthirsty that they're going to go on a massive rampage across the town. It seems to be the case, which is so absurd but also hype. The animatronics aren't playing around. They're taking out the whole town now, I guess. Oh, and we can also see JJ here, which, you know, most important character, by the way. Thank you, Scott. It's not confirmed that JJ is a real animatronic. This solves the entire lore. The last important thing we see in the trailer, besides Foxy doing a jump scare, is Vanessa driving, with Mangle jumping on top of the car, causing a crash, and then attacking Vanessa when she wakes up. I guess Mangle thought in GTA 6 release and she wanted to mimic it in real life, as this is kinda wild, but again, it's so absurd, I want to see it in live action in the movie. It only makes me more excited. Oh, and something I didn't see earlier in the trailer, we can see a quick glimpse of a photo in the Afton house with two children, likely Vanessa and some other kid. I would wager this is Michael Afton, so this may be our only hint before the movie comes out on who Freddy Carter is playing in the film, but we'll have to see if he's evil or good, as Michael could be a puppet of Afton or working against Afton. I personally think if it is Michael, he's probably Afton's puppet and a lot more loyal than Vanessa was in the first movie, which would be a pretty good foil and very good for drama between two siblings, but we'll have to see when the movie comes out. With all that said, that's my analysis. A little bit late, maybe a bit shorter as I would have liked it to be, but I had to rework it. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm really hyped for the movie and can't wait to see it. And if you enjoyed this video as well, remember to hit that like button and leave a comment down below with your thoughts. I want to hear your theories, predictions, and speculation. And also, give me some feedback on this style of video, as I typically do theory videos. This is the first real live-ish movie trailer analysis type thing. So give me your opinions. Anyway, see you next time.